Once I get the brunt of all this stuff off, then I'll flip it over and clean it better. This silicone is very, very efficient at clogging up the pickup tube. It's another new day. Let's clean this stuff off of here. Oil pan, everything. I think I want to wash it after all the hell we just went through. WD-40. Give it a bath upside down. Just spray the heck out of everything. Rinse it as much stuff as we can get out. We gotta get all these little sealant in these holes on this upper oil pan. All the sealant is pretty much loose. We're gonna have sealant right there. I'd rather have it sealed to the bolt. So maybe help seal it up rather than just leave this in here, because it's not gonna seal hardly anything. We're at your local neighborhood O'Reilly store here. Got the Motorcraft injector O-rings. And they sell this kit, and it has 2 engines worth of upper and lower oil pan gasket. We got no injectors in here, but we have the O-rings now, so we can go ahead and button up the valve cover. No sealants involved in there, so I'm gonna do that real quick right now. That way everything can be sealed, then I'll flip it over. Then we can take our time with the oil pan, clean it up. We spent some time just getting the sealant off. It hasn't been washed at all, but most of this stuff is loose. It just needs to be washed off. Dang, that looks good. You could eat out of that. You really could. That's just as good as dishes. Show you how to re-ring an injector here. 90-degree pick, 9mm, and a razor blade. I don't like it hanging by the wires. 90-degree pick and grab it. Put your finger right here and hold it. And you can work it around. Like that and that. And I just got it. The same thing goes for here. Take the pick and go away from the screen every time you do it. Go this way, finger there, bam. Away from the screen, see I'm not even pointing at it. Finger there, well, on the thumb. Brush washer, just get right in it and put it in between there, like that. Prop it up, walk it, walk it, walk it, walk it, walk it. Once you get that done, you can just grab it gently and pull it off. Point the ejector away from you. You see the notch? Put the notch away from you, and then I set this past the lock on the side of the notch. And that's where the 90-degree pick comes in. I can take the 90-degree and I can work it past that notch, and then I've already got it past this one. So then I can just work it around. The 90-degree pick, it keeps a hold of it, spin it around, and bam, done. These I don't use no pick. You can just squeeze it. See how I squeeze it like that? See how much gap I can cause by just putting a finger here and a finger here and pushing it, and then you can kind of get it on there and then roll it. But if you roll it, just make sure that you don't end with it in a bind. All right, spin it around and make sure that it's, you know, in the channel and it's not like got a twist in it, you know, and you put your freaking boxers on and they're all twisted up. Okay, the raised ridge. See how it's raised in the middle? You got the raised circle. Okay, stay right there. Now on the other side, see how it's raised on the outside and the inside. Okay, the outside and the inside raised goes to the injector. Okay, so I set it up there, and a 9mm works really good. And just press it on, done. And then any more that it needs to crush will be done when you torque the injector hold down. I just oiled up all the O-rings right there. Okay, these are ready to go back in. I'll blow out all these injector bores, hold down the clamp holes, and let's put them in, put the oil rails on. One, here's number 3. Yeah, the O-rings are nice and lubed up. Fish it down in there. Now whittle it around. 5, which one's 7?
That's 5.
5? I couldn't see it.
I could. I wrote it.
This is the tone ring repair truck. I just gotta keep a finger on the hold down clamp. Keep a finger on it, it'll stay right where you want it at. Wiggle it around and bam, now is when you forget whether or not you torqued. Oh my God, did I torque them? Oh, did I? Oh, I can't remember.
So you can say yes. Yes, you did torque those injectors.
You guys remember that? I remember. I remember now. Got me a couple of cans of WD-40 and we're gonna get underneath here and I'm gonna give it a mad splash of WD-40. All right, here we go. And we're just gonna... No, I think I want the straw. Come over here, there's kind of like painting it. So many different angles you could hit. Son of a bitch.
I better come over here. Your phone's gonna get covered in WD-40. Oh, that's gonna be great on this floor. Oh my goodness. But it's running out the hole.
Let's start over. We got compression now.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's halfway around the world.
Yay.
Now let's do it again.
Ah.
Oh,
The pan was swinging.
anything that could have got in there, we gave it a good old try getting it all out. So I'm gonna let it sit all night tonight and seal it up tomorrow. Been spinning the engine around, changing the angle, barring the engine, a little half a rotation at a time. Just letting it drip out. It's been dripping, but there's still some because I haven't been rolling enough. That's where one of those motorized stands, it'll just automatically spin it all night long, real slow. Everything would have been out of it. I'm gonna take this one off. A little bitty ratchet. Number one was always the first code. You know, it's not far-fetched that this got the crap beat out of it because of the constant misfiring at the beginning. Oh, okay, good. All right, not so bad. I just wanted to look at it. There's our rod bearing. I just wanted to take a look at that. You can buy ARP rod bolts for a couple $100, and then it's 55 foot-pounds. Should we go ahead and replace these out? Go ahead and look at everything, get ARP ones, or we just spent $25 right now taking this off to get...
It might be 12. I am trying to check the price.
Okay, whatever, okay. So I just wanted to at least take one off. Jesus, take one and let's see. This one, I mean, it's number one. It's the one that got the crap beat out of it by, hopefully, from the tone ring. What do y'all think? Ron's engine is right there, his truck is right there. I'm thinking about that little bit of glitter in the oil pan. Got 150 miles on it. Remember Frank's truck that had that one bearing just spontaneously spun? And with where we're at right now, the engine's already out. It's sitting on the stand. Front and rear covers off, bed plate off, cylinder heads off. I can disassemble this thing and give it a good 150 mile once over and just look for anything. I mean, just see if it's happy. That might make me happier. Because, I mean, once again, I haven't pulled an oil pan off halfway through a break-in drive. Not even halfway, 100 mile. We drove it straight down here and shut it off. And I don't know that I'm happy with the glitter that I was seeing, or that I thought I was seeing. I've been in this position where I think everything's all good and I let a truck go down the road and then the truck winds up coming back all screwed up. I've been in this position before. So I know what the consequences are. And I'm looking at this truck that is, as far as I'm concerned, it's in nobody's way right now. Not at all. It's front and center. It's hanging out. And then over here is the engine hanging out right there. Because I won't be able to clean the deck surface if I leave the injectors and glow plugs in. So I already put them all in too with the O-rings. If we was to do that, I would want to do a Fel-Pro engine gasket set. I would just buy the whole Fel-Pro gasket set, but man, we'd have to use all that. I don't know. I mean, I think I've used Fel-Pro injector kits, haven't we? Have we? We've used the injector kits before. Ron's does not have them right now. They have all Ford O-rings on them. So if we yank them out right now to do this, that's what I'm considering, is to yank this thing all the way apart. Make sure that we don't have a rod bushing that's about to, rod bushing, rod bearing, lift or cam bearing, hell, who knows, anything like that. Just take a look at everything. If that rod bushing, rod bearing on cylinder number one got messed up because of the misfiring on that number one, it kept hitting number one and number 8. I don't know. I don't really want to take any chance on they got degraded. So, I mean, if we have to do anything, I just assume. If this was a 0304 that had bolts all the way around the rocker boxes, then I would probably leave the rocker boxes attached to the cylinder heads. This would be very, very easy to do if we did not seal anything. If there was no sealant, take it apart, put it back together. Geez Louise, it's nothing. I could have already had it all the way apart. Like when we've had breakdown time is very, very quick. So if we're gonna have any kind of issue, I mean, 150 miles might be enough to show it. I'm not too sure about that number one rod bushing right down there. Of course, I loosened up the rod's not tight. It's ham tight. Well, you know, there's a little play in it. I can't really see it there. It's going. We don't want to see any side to side twisting. See, I'm doing this right here. I'm trying to pushing it like this, and then I'm pushing it like this and trying to twist it. I don't know. Let me get my hand down there, see if I can. I mean, some of this, you know, if you put your hand on it and just physically shake it. Like, it's deceiving because you can get the side clearance pulled out and mistakenly thinking that you're feeling side clearance when it's actually up and down. I don't know. I'm just looking around. I'm really debating. Just, we will probably go back with ARP rod bolts. We would probably want to get ARP bolts because those, I mean, I feel a lot better and continue to reuse them. What are you guys' thoughts? What are your thoughts on tearing this thing apart? Okay, what got me to is, let me find my freaking light here. I mean, there is wear patterns. What do you guys think of those wear patterns? I mean, I don't want to have a bushing going bad and the bushing is causing that wear pattern. You know, something was in between it. Something was in it and it was rolling through those lifters. Now, damage? I mean, we definitely don't want any more on it. At this point, at where it's at right now, if we eliminate the reason for the metal doing it, you could kind of call it lapped in. You want to call them, they lapped themselves in real quick. Let's wash them out real good. If that's what that's from. What are your guys' thoughts? I mean, what are your thoughts? Because every time I open an engine up, I try to remember how every other engine looked, and I don't know. This is a fresh set of lifters. And an 03 camshaft. You know, the camshaft already been ran for a long time. The lifters are still new. And if there was some metal introduced to anything, really that and the rod bushings. Well, the rod bushings don't get really fed oil too much, but the lifters, I mean, it's like a little oil press. The oil just squeezes right in between there. And if you have any contaminants in the oil, laundry stuff, you can spin the wheel and it cranks the two squeegees together, the two rolly squeegees. That's exactly what the lifter does, the lifter and the camshaft. So if there's anything in there, it's either going to kick it out of the way or it's going to smash it and turn into wear. Okay, decision's been made. We're doing it. We're breaking it down. We're going to take it apart. I want to take a look at it. I don't want surprises. It's just nuts and bolts. We're going to break it down and inspect those rod bushings and put it back together. Let's do that right now.